We have a 2007 Toyota Tundra. We're going to go through the steps in replacing the fuel pump. We'll start by bleeding the pressure off the system using our pressure relief valve on our gauge. Be sure and capture the fuel into a safe container. Before beginning any repair, disconnect the negative battery cable. In order to do a proper fuel pump replacement, we need to clean the inside of the tank, and that will require the removal of the tank. At the front of the driver's side tire, disconnect the fuel filler hose and vent line. At the rear of the tank, disconnect the emissions line and remove the wiring harness from the bracket on top of the tank. At the front of the tank, disconnect the two fuel lines. Keep in mind there may be some residual fuel. Be sure and capture this into a safe container. Remove the tank straps and partially lower the tank. Disconnect the electrical connection and remove the tank from the vehicle. It's a good idea to clean the outside of the tank before removing the module assembly. This will keep any excessive debris from getting in the tank. Remove the fuel line retainer clips and remove the fuel lines from the tank. With a properly adjusted spanner wrench, remove the locking ring. You'll have to release the safety retainers as you remove the locking ring. Be sure and inspect it, making sure it's not damaged in any way that would hinder its reuse. As you remove the module assembly from the tank, keep in mind there's a reservoir at the bottom of the module assembly that will hold residual fuel. Be sure and capture this in a safe container. At this point, we need to drain the remaining fuel into a safe container and clean the inside of the tank. Having a clean environment for the fuel pump to operate in will extend the life of the pump. With the inside of the tank thoroughly cleaned, we're ready to install the new Airtex module assembly. Install the float arm and retainer clip onto the module assembly. Place the tank seal into its location on top of the tank. As you lower the module into the tank, note the locating tab on the flange and the recess in top of the tank. Tighten the locking ring clockwise, making sure that the indicator arrow falls between the locating marks on the top of the tank. Install the fuel lines into their proper position on the module and tank. As you raise the tank into position, be sure and work the fuel filler and vent line over the frame. With the tank in this position, reconnect the electrical connection. Completely raise the tank and reattach the tank straps. At the front of the tank, reconnect the fuel lines. At the rear of the tank, install the wiring harness into its bracket and reconnect the emissions line to the carbon canister. Reconnect the fuel filler and vent line. With the repair complete, reattach the negative battery cable. Cycle a key 2 to 3 times in order to charge the system. Start the vehicle and monitor fuel pressure, making sure it's within vehicle specification. Now before we remove our pressure gauge, we'll shut the vehicle off and bleed the pressure using our pressure gauge, making sure to capture any fuel into a safe container.